What's up guys, Zenigami here, and let's go through 30 Stamina Prison Crocodile Fortnite Island. Now the condition for this island is that shooter, slasher, and fighter types have their stats reduced. Now this is something that is different on the Japanese version, as types like this where it's not a strict requirement. You can bring, for example, you can bring Golden Pound Usopp, you can bring Gear 3, but their stats are cut by 90%. You only get 1/10 of their stats, including health, attack, and recovery. But this means you can use like double Gear 3 teams, you can use Rayleigh teams, you can use slasher teams, but remember that all those types get reduced. So a slasher team isn't good, but a Rayleigh and a Gear 3 team does work. Now, on the Japanese version, islands like these are starting to get updated, so that way it says only these types are not reduced. So it'll say only impact type characters are not reduced. So that way it reduces freedom fighters, it reduces freedom slashers, but the way that this is worded right now, if freedom type were to come out on global, freedom type would not be reduced. It's a little confusing, but you can just imagine for now that the only type that's not reduced are evolution types, or evolvers like turtles and crabs and pigs, and impact characters. For our purposes today, we're going to be using a Kid and Paulie team. Kid and Paulie. Smoker is going to be your MVP for mini teams because he's a Dex impact character with amazing stats. Smoker is also very, very expensive to level up, so if you do have him leveled up to White Chase Smoker or Biker Smoker, excellent, excellent, excellent. Double Finger is also quite nice to have because Double Finger will give you 1.5 times attack to your Dex characters. So that's really, really nice to have. And she is available on the Story Mode Island in Alubarna, I believe it is, or Alabasta. I can't remember if it's Alabasta or Alubarna that you get her on. The secret stage for this island is Daz Bones. Daz Bones is an int type character. What he does is he will preemptively buff his attack and defense, and attack for 2.2 times. 2.2k, not 2.2 times. 2.2k every 3 turns. Not super hard, he attacks pretty weak. But you just want to kill all the... He comes with a couple of units around him, so just kill all the units around him first. Now up until stage 4 is just regular things. We just punch things until it dies. But then on stage 4, we're going to get the mini-boss Croc. Now, mini-boss Croc will not drop, so you only get Croc dropping at the end of this stage. But the mini-boss Croc will... Oh, right here. Sorry. I thought it was the stage after this. So he will poison us for 480 damage per turn, and he will give himself his debuff protection and defense up. The debuff protection and defense up isn't that important. We're just going to plow through him right now with this team. The only real cooldowns I'm looking for right now are my Double Finger and Kaku, because with Double Finger and Kaku, I should be able to do either one-shot Croc or at least do 75% of his damage in one turn, depending on my orbs. But Smoker and Alvita are very nice because eventually Croc will start attacking every turn. And whenever Croc starts attacking every turn, you'll take quite a bit of damage there, and that'll be after his 6th turn. So if you don't kill Croc before that 6th turn, be prepared to use your Smoker then. Otherwise, just try to use your Alvita or other damage reducers that you might bring earlier on, because Croc will only attack every 2 turns early on. Croc has 820,000 hit points, and he'll put up a debuff protection. So while you can bring Golden Pound Usopp does not do much for you, as you can only use him on the earlier stages. And for stall, I guess you can stall Daz Bones, but Golden Pound Usopp is not really useful here. It's gonna not kill the piggy. Also remember, if you're very, very worried about poison damage, if you kill a stage, you won't take poison damage that turn. So there you go, I killed the pigs, don't take poison damage. So if you're ever like really, really in dire straits, you're at 400 hit points or you're at just under 500 hit points and you can't afford to take a hit, if you kill a stage, then you won't take any poison damage. So we'll kill that. I've got all my specials ready. Kill the piggy. Kill the... not the piggy, that's the seahorse. Kill the turtle. And what orbs do we get? Ooh. Alright, I got an orb on Smoker and an orb on Kid. That's pretty good. We'll use Paulie to lock our orbs. Make sure we get that Smoker orb twice in a row. We use Kaku to boost that Smoker orb. And we'll use Double Finger now. Doesn't really matter when we do it. Croc will attack for 4.8k every 2 turns. On turn 3, he'll swap all orbs to either strength orbs or quick orbs. So if you want to bring an orb manipulator, for example Izo, you could bring Izo to swap those strength and quick orbs to dex orbs. Guarantee you all dex orbs on turn 3 if you were so inclined to do so. Of course you'll lose 1 character slot, but you're also gaining guaranteed full orbs on turn 3. And we'll attack in this order. 1, 2. Actually, probably better to attack with Kid second to last. So there's 1 turn of damage, and before he even hits us, we'll kill him before he even does his special. That's it. That's without a second Kid Captain. If you have a second Kid Captain, depending on your orbs, you might have been able to kill him right there on that turn. But you gotta have some good levels for that. I don't think so, though. There you go. Easy peasy if you got the levels for it. Remember, the hardest thing about most of these stages that have a restriction on it, that's anything that does a color restriction or a type restriction, the hardest thing about any of these stages is having your characters leveled up. Most of the time, you're just going to have your 1 good impact type captain and your 4 good impact type characters. That's just going to be your team. So the most important thing is not who you have, but the levels of the characters that you have. That's going to be the best thing for you. Anyways, guys, I'll have some other teams right after this, including Mr. Prince teams and... what else do I have? Mr. Prince and Killer. I've been Zenigami. Y'all stay beautiful.